Learn English through story. The crossroads of life. In a bustling city, filled with the sounds of honking cars and distant chatter, there lived a man named Thomas. He was in his late 40s, a diligent banker who had devoted most of his life to his job. He was well respected in his field, known for his analytical skills and unwavering commitment. Yet, behind his polished exterior lay a deep sense of unfulfillment. Thomas often found himself reflecting on his life choices, wondering if he had strayed too far from his true passions. Growing up, Thomas had always dreamed of becoming a writer. He would spend hours scribbling stories in notebooks, his imagination running wild with characters and plots. However, as he approached adulthood, the realities of life began to overshadow his aspirations. Encouraged by family and friends to pursue a stable career, he chose finance over fiction, believing it was the practical choice. Years passed, and Thomas climbed the corporate ladder, earning promotions and accolades. But with each success, he felt a growing disconnect from the dreams of his youth. He would sit in meetings, surrounded by colleagues discussing numbers and profits, while a quiet voice in his head whispered that he was meant for something greater. Each night, as he returned home, he found himself longing to write, to pour his thoughts onto paper, but the demands of his job left him exhausted. One evening, while cleaning out his attic, Thomas stumbled upon an old box filled with his childhood writings. As he opened it, a flood of memories rushed back. There were stories filled with adventure, laughter, and heartbreak, pieces of his soul captured in ink. He felt a pang of nostalgia as he reread his words, a bittersweet reminder of the passion he had abandoned. Determined to rekindle that lost spark, Thomas made a promise to himself: he would start writing again. He cleared a small space in his home office, setting up a desk and a comfortable chair. Each evening after work, he dedicated an hour to writing. At first, the words came slowly, hesitant and unsure. But as the days turned into weeks, he found his rhythm. His imagination reignited, and he began to pour his heart into stories that reflected his life experiences. One day, while browsing a local bookstore, Thomas stumbled upon a flyer for a writing workshop. Intrigued, he signed up, hoping to connect with other writers and gain insights into the craft. The workshop is held every Saturday, and it quickly became a cherished part of his routine. Surrounded by fellow aspiring authors, he felt a sense of belonging and encouragement that had long been absent in his life. Through the workshop, Thomas met a woman named Claire, a passionate and encouraging writer who shared his love for storytelling. They bonded over their mutual struggles and aspirations, exchanging feedback and ideas. Inspired by Claire's unwavering dedication, Thomas pushed himself to experiment with different styles and genres. He realized that writing was not just a hobby, it was an essential part of who he was. As months passed, Thomas found himself becoming more confident in his writing. He completed several short stories and even began working on a novel. However, the weight of his banking career still loomed over him. The pressure to succeed in his job conflicted with his desire to pursue writing. Every time he received a promotion or a bonus, he felt a mix of pride and disappointment. He was caught in a web of societal expectations, torn between security and fulfillment. One day, as Thomas was walking through the park, he noticed a group of children playing with a makeshift puppet theater. They were captivated by a story being told, their faces lit up with wonder. Watching their joy, Thomas felt a profound realization wash over him. Life was too short to live in the shadows of regret. He had the power to choose his path, to take a leap of faith and embrace his passion for writing fully. That evening, Thomas returned home and sat down with Julia, his wife. He had been hesitant to share his journey, fearing her reaction. "I've been writing again," he confessed, his heart racing. "I feel alive when I write, and I want to pursue it more seriously." Julia looked at him with warmth in her eyes. "Why didn't you tell me sooner? I've seen the spark in you. You should follow your heart, Thomas. We can make it work." Her support ignited a new sense of determination within him. With her encouragement, Thomas decided to take a sabbatical from his job, allowing him the time and space to focus on his writing. He knew it was a risk, but the thought of continuing down the path of unfulfillment was far scarier. During his time off, Thomas poured himself into his writing. He completed his novel, and after many revisions and edits, he submitted it to several publishers. The waiting game was excruciating, filled with self-doubt and anxiety. But through it all, he remained committed to his passion, finding joy in the process rather than fixating solely on the outcome. Months later, as Thomas was enjoying a quiet morning with Julia, he received an email that changed everything. One of the publishers had accepted his manuscript for publication. Overwhelmed with joy, he realized that his leap of faith had paid off. The story he had crafted with love and dedication was finally going to be shared with the world. With the publication came newfound opportunity as the book signings, readings, and invitations to literary events. Thomas embraced each moment, grateful for the chance to connect with readers and fellow writers. He had stepped into a world where he could finally express his true self, and he felt a sense of fulfillment that had eluded him for so long. Reflecting on his journey, Thomas realized that life was a series of choices. Each decision shaped the path he walked, and it was never too late to reclaim lost dreams. By confronting his fears and embracing his passion, he had transformed his life from one of regret into one of purpose. As he stood at a crossroads in his life, Thomas knew that he had chosen wisely. The echoes of his childhood dreams had been revived, and he was determined to continue on this newfound path, sharing stories that resonated with others. In the end, he understood that the pursuit of one's passion was not merely a choice, it was a vital part of living fully and authentically. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you enjoyed, then please like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.